And he's going to need him right now because he is chatting with our Mike Hall. Let's head back to Minneapolis.
Well, there's a new three-word phrase. It's not just Skyuma, it's row the boat because of PJ Fleck being here. Let's go chronologically here. Tell me about this interview process. When did it start? How did it go?
Well, my wife Heather and I were actually in Chicago taking a little break. We love the city, and so we were spending a few days there, and got a call that Mark Coyle wanted to meet us, and it was one of the interviews we actually took. It really was. It was something that we've been waiting for a long time, and we took it. And I tell you, President, it's been tremendous. It really has, because Mark Coyle's just been over the top, and I'm just so thankful they gave us the opportunity. Really do. Really am.
What was a question you had or a concern you had for Mark?
I think the biggest thing was I wanted to know a little bit about the situation. I wanted to know a little bit about what his vision was, and then how I can fit in that vision. That was my concern. And the minute he talked about national championship, the minute he talked about Big Ten championships, the minute he talked about Big West championships, Rose Bowl, he spoke my language, because whatever I've ever done, I've gone 2 feet in, not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We go 2 feet in, and I want that vision for the University of Minnesota here in the Twin Cities. That's what we want to be able to have.
The last regime won 9 games, won a bowl games, and that wasn't enough. What have you been told about the expectations that you have?
Well, I want the expectations to be high. I think there's a process to when you have a cultural change. I think there's a little digging to begin with, and that's okay. But I want there to be expectations and pressure. That means your program's really important. But I do think we've got to do a lot of things when we first get there to implement the culture, to change the culture, and that's going to take a little bit of time. But I'm not one of those people that want to hide behind time. I want to have people watch how the development goes and see not just the skill on the field, but also the talent of the people that we're going to have on the field.
You talked a lot in your press conference about recruits and how important recruiting is. What's your message to recruits out there who are looking at Minnesota?
Well, I think that when you come to see us, you're going to see a lot of energy. And you're going to see a culture that not only develops you on the field, but off the field. Academically, athletically, socially, spiritually. This is very unique, and it's very different. And with what we're building with the Athletes Village and the facilities that are coming into this program, and the amount of momentum that we have and the energy we have, and one of the best stadiums in the Big Ten, it's a no-brainer. And I can't wait to get in touch with a lot of those recruits and a lot of future recruits as we move forward.
One of your strengths is widely considered your ability to motivate young men. What's the key for you to motivation?
I think it's just being real. You know, I don't try to do anything. The one thing about me is I am just me. Right? I don't know what it's like to be anybody else, so I know what it's like to be me, but I don't try to do anything. I am just me, and if that comes across as different, if it comes across as strange, that's okay, because I am me. And the one thing I love about the University of Minnesota and Western Michigan, they've allowed me to be me. And I think that was big in the decision to come here with Mark Coyle. He's going to allow me to be me.
Mm-hmm. Let's go on the football field. You yourself referred to when you took this job as a 32-year-old punk. How are you different now than you were then?
I've learned an enormous amount, and every day you learn a lot more. My wife and I joke all the time, because I have a journal at home that I write down one thing that I actually learned from that day and how it changed.
Every day?
Every day. And how that changed that day's perspective or that day's circumstance. So for me, it's just about changing. It's just about growing. It's about moving forward, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
How far back does this journal go?
It goes pretty far,
yeah?
But it's a journal. It's one of the things you keep locked away. You just don't give it to people to read. There's a lot of things in there I've learned.
I'm not asking for it, mind you, but is this like, are there, volumes of this at your house?
There could be volumes, depending on how big of a volume you think volumes are. But, there's a lot of things I've learned that, never sacrifice what you really want down the road for what you want right now. That's the biggest thing that I learned, is turning a program around, or culturally building a program from the inside of doing something that hasn't been done since the late 60s. Is you're going to have to make decisions for right now that might not look great, or they might not give the result you want. However, down the road, you're going to get that if you just stay the course and keep doing elite work.
You just mentioned a key word, elite. Why is it elite? Why is that the word you choose to say when someone says, how's your day? You don't say it's a good day. You say it's an elite day.
It's an elite day because we want to change our best. We never want to stay the same. We want to be different. Not because we're trying to be different, but we just want to be different. We want to be uncommon. We want to give our student athletes a lot of tools for the rest of their life that makes them very unique. We have our own language. Our players, I told them today, they're going to have to learn about 217 vocabulary words upon command, because if we don't speak the same language and our definitions don't all match. How can we communicate in the same way? That's part of our uniqueness. And that's armor for the rest of your life as you continue to develop.
So to summarize this interview, if you could define your day in one word, it would be?
Absolutely elite.
There you go. PJ Fleck, welcome to the Big Ten.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Proud to be here.
Guys.